Hello and welcome back to second round coverage from the 2018 Glassblown Open presented by Dynamic Discs. We've got a great card. We've got a German guy absolutely on fire here. Simon Lizotte opening up a lead. BigSexy commentary with you again, Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling.
And Simon technically only shot 5 down the front nine. That's more like 7 down.
Two holes. He shot a 6.
6 down, so that's more like 8 down.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so Simon's just really playing fantastic disc golf so far.
Hole 10 is a tricky par 4. You got OB on both sides, but you do have a pretty friendly drop zone. If you do go out of bounds, you get to move up to a pretty doable shot, but the green is super slippery down to the right, and the OB is very, very close. I've already seen a few discs slide OB here.
This is the kind of par 4 that you like to see on tour. About 25% of the field birdieing it, about 50% parring, and about 25% going bogey and above.
Nice.
Yeah, and averaging right at par almost. So, I mean, that shows you right there. Like, this hole is right there for the taking, but any bad shot is punished. And this green is so difficult to access. If you, why do I say weird words? I say like normal words, but I pronounce them so weird sometimes.
It wasn't that bad, man. It really wasn't that bad. You're getting in your own head here.
Okay. Well, that was a great shot there from Eagle, and he should be able to access the green.
Yes, he should.
Quite easily.
And Drew with a nice angle there, flipping it up right to the spot. These guys are showing us how it's done here. That looked like a lot of hyzer, but it's flipping up nicely.
Man, that takes... I don't really know how strong the wind is blowing for these guys. This is a pretty intimidating headwind at the time when I was playing. It looks a little bit calmer at this time, but throwing a flippy hyzer flip fairway driver into this hole is just not really an option earlier in the day. So
stays in balance. You can see that perfect shot from Eagle still almost gets out of bounds.
Very fast on the screen. And
this is scary.
this could be the first bad shot I've ever seen from Ricky, except there's...
that was very fortunate. That was clearly going out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, that harp usually is under the basket, a ticket to success for Ricky, but got very lucky, and with his meter, he should be able to avoid those pesky branches that really stick out and get in the way of putts up by the green.
Simon with the backhand, perfectly done.
Wow.
What do you think? I think perhaps the drop zone's a little too easy on this hole for a par 4.
Perhaps. Well,
Not that we saw it from this group.
Oh.
Man, Eagle for the birdie, and he misses it.
Wow.
Ricky in for birdie.
And you can see how uncomfortable that was just with his footing there. I mean, it's a very tricky hole. And we're going to see Eagle stomp his way out of here 2 days in a row.
Yeah, this has not been kind to him.
With a bogey in round 1 and a disappointing par in round 2.
3 birdies for the group, though. Really well done. And Simon to 17 under.
He's keeping that momentum going.
Hole 11, par 3, 364, OB right and left, but much tighter on the right. You're going to see these guys most likely go with backhand turnovers, going straight at this tree that is just left of the pin and trying to just gently turn it past it. If you turn it a lot, you're going OB, though. Uh-oh.
Wow. And that's really the first mistake we've seen from Simon. This hillside, it does go uphill. The grade of the hill goes up, and then it goes back down. And with this headwind that we're playing into, it makes this shot so incredibly difficult. I mean, going into a headwind, down a hill, up a hill, or up a hill and then down a hill is just like, how do you throw this shot right? And the answer is up high with turnover, with something that's going to stable out.
Too much turn.
And did that kick back in bounds? Oh, that's out of bounds. I was going to say, that's 2 really fortunate breaks in a row for Ricky. But that's essentially the shot. Ricky almost had it, but just turned it over a slight bit too much. Eagles kind of going to town with that line, playing a little bit safer. I mean, you can see he was really wide, and it tried to drift. But,
yeah.
I mean, this couldn't really be any more difficult of a shot with this kind of wind.
Yeah, it plays so tough, and the OB is super scary on that right side when you're trying to play that turnover. Simon should be able to salvage a par here, I would think.
Oh,
Coming in a little fast, but he should be okay.
Yeah, that'll leave him a tailwind 16-footer.
Ricky 65 feet away.
Oh, my goodness.
And yeah, like we said before, this guy, when his back is against the wall, like, you don't want to be the chains.
I've never seen a less excited 65-footer. Like, that is... Wow.
Yeah, definitely.
That's some pure emotion right there.
Oh, good-looking line, but just a little low.
Blocked in with those two trees equal a nice effort, but coming up a bit short.
And Drew closing the gap a little bit. He's not slowing down.
Kind of a delayed step putt almost. Like he knew it was in. He wanted to run it, but wasn't sure. And then let it go. And great putt there from Drew. And good par save from Simon. Two great par saves, Ricky and Simon.
Yeah.
Simon's a little bit less angry about that par.
Yeah, sure. Hole 12, par 3. This is an island hole, pretty large island. You need to be to the right of the path, past the fairway grass, and left of the wall to find yourself inbounds. It's going to play as a pretty big hyzer with the wind conditions that we have now. Players just going to try to key in on that tree, rip a hyzer up there, hopefully take a small skip to the left. This is probably too wide.
And the headwind kind of, you see that headwind just, as soon as the disc hit the ground, jumped up, it didn't even move forward, but more than a foot or so.
Yeah. Can't get a lot of left movement against this type of wind.
There's that disc we've seen Simon throw time and time again on this course.
I think this is also too wide. To really get to the pin, it's got to be more of a straighter shot. I mean, this isn't bad by any means, but it's 40 to 45 feet.
Yeah.
A little more inside.
Yeah,
this has got potential.
He's going to town on that line. Is it going to stay in? Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Really nice shot there. And should have the wind to his advantage on this putt. The left to right really works well for right-handed putters.
An eagle got a lot of height under that. This is looking pretty good.
That looks amazing. Oh, my gosh. Perfect.
Beautiful shot.
Really dialed in with that hyzer there. Oh, and a great line. Just didn't quite keep that floaty glide that his putt tends to have on it. Drew's entertained by his effort there.
Nice birdie from Ricky. Drew will take par. Eagle very likely to clean up a birdie.
Out here at the country club, there's lots of rolling hills and short grass, which means drivers are going to skip a lot. To minimize the skip, it can be helpful to throw a steeper hyzer so the disc comes in on more of an angle and it's more likely to stick next to the basket. Get all your disc golf questions answered at discgolfanswerman.com.
Hole 13, par 3, 371, OB on the right and left, but more prominently on the right. These players are going to take backhand hyzers with pretty fast discs and try to make the disc skip back to the pin, but if you play it too safe, you can bring in the OB on the other side. Ricky gets it pretty wide. This should be just a little short.
Wow. Not really short.
I mean, short of like right by the pin, but skipping to a nice spot.
Short of what he'd like to have?
I think so. I think he wants wider, I guess.
Okay, all right.
Maybe not. The distance is about right, but he wants wider. So he's coming in a little bit later.
Just admit it, Nate. You said the wrong word.
No.
You said the wrong word, Nate. Man up.
Eagle hits a tree. He's going to have a long putt left. There's some serious width.
That's the trust. That's the width that you're looking for. It's just so hard to commit to that. And coming up a bit short, that's what short really does look like.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And Simon finds himself on the back of the box, and this is really wide. Has this got enough to come back?
That is going to have to skip. And no.
Whoa.
And there's the second mistake we've seen from Simon. That's going to be a bigger mistake than the first one. He's not going to really be able to save par here. No, don't do that.
Wait a minute.
Don't do that.
Oh, that was a terrible shot.
What a mistake. And, I mean, that's just... You don't get to move up. Making the adjustment, just throwing straight at it the second time. Man, that's going to be a 6 there from Simon.
Unbelievable.
Just like that. That lead that he's worked so hard, played so well for.
It's gone.
I mean, Eagle would have taken the lead by making that putt.
It's crazy.
And Drew can take the lead. No, and another missed putt for Drew. But, I mean, that 35 to 40-foot range in this kind of wind, and like I said, it doesn't necessarily look like it's blowing too hard, but it's that uncertainty that you have. It's just always moving. The air is just constantly unsettling.
Yes.
And
triple bogey for Simon.
Wow. We haven't seen an orange ticker in a while.
That was really one of the worst shots I've seen him throw. That putter play, trying to go wide, just must have hooked on his hand or something, but absolutely catastrophic mistake. And we've got a 3-way tie.
Wow, just like that.
Hole 14, par 4, 766 feet. You've got backhand hyzer, forehand hyzer, roller option, OB fence line on the right, OB golf green, and OB path far left.
There's a pretty strong right to left wind coming on this hole here. Yeah, you can see that thing ripping. Pretty much dead right to left.
Oh, just catches the corner, and that's going to be a very short drive.
And Eagle 2 days in a row going for the big sidearm play out wide, getting the skip back, and that keeps him in play. That keeps him in play.
A great
so
shot.
If you've got a big forehand hyzer, that's a really smart shot.
Just do 2 of them, and you're up by the pin.
Is Drew going? Wow, down the middle, backhand turnover.
Whoa, man.
Oh, what a freaking rip!
That is huge. He's probably like 200 to the pin.
I mean,
that's a 500-foot shot through a gap.
Low ceiling too. That's incredible.
Oh, this might be huge. Oh, it's early turned.
That cross one's just going to cut it out early too. Once it starts to roll over, yeah, it's just dead. But still a safe shot. Gets out the gap, gets him in position to throw a long forehand or low ceiling backhand turnover.
Interesting. Ricky really going for it all from here. Does he really think he could save the 3?
Well, I think it may have been the only way that he could really get a launch off the shot from being behind the RBIT.
Yeah, he was behind it. Here's Eagle, probably 375 feet away, going with the low forehand. This is coming in pretty fast. Oh! Oh my gosh!
Oh my goodness! Eagle's name just popped up on the screen.
375 feet away.
Oh my goodness.
Distance driver, 1 skip, and in. And that...
Oh my goodness.
That is so awesome.
Wow, it has been a long time since we've seen a fairway ace like that. Unreal. What an incredible shot there from Eagle. Yeah, let's go get
there he goes. There he goes.
That's awesome.
Man, and that's incredible for obvious reasons, but also almost certainly going out of bounds.
Yeah, that thing was moving fast. It's crazy.
So really a great time to be perfect on your aim and hit it right there. And Simon checks up just short of the OB line. Mm-hmm. Wow, that was amazing.
And Simon, being really close to where Eagle was, had a nice read on it, obviously, but it had to wait such a long time for Eagle to run up there and get his disc out of the basket. Maybe iced his approach shot a bit.
It's Eagle's right, I suppose.
Yeah.
To ice him after a shot like that.
Yeah, it would ice me. Drew with a nice approach there, and Ricky trying his best from about 90 feet with the hyzer putt.
See if Simon can get going again.
Oh.
No, look at that. For Simon to go from a 3-shot lead to a 2-shot deficit in 2 holes.
Wow. That's crazy. And Eagle didn't even birdie the hole before. That's
He made up for it now, though. He's 2 down on the last 2.
Yeah, I'm just saying it could have been worse. It could have been a 6-stroke swing.
I know. Amazing.
And
Well, that's a shot of the year candidate right there.
Yeah.
Wait until we see the best of videos at the end of the year. That's going to be in there. I'll promise you that. Hole 15, par 3, another very large island green, 426 feet. You've got to go. Most often plays a big hyzer coming around and trying to skip up. With the wind conditions they have today, it's possible some of these players might go up the middle a little bit more. Not this player though.
No, the as high as you can spike hyzer, still traveling 425 feet. That will be the play that Eagle goes with.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And just trickled inside the circle. And Drew says, anything you can do, I can throw higher. And right about the same distance away, just inside the circle.
Mm-hmm.
And Ricky opting for the wide hyzer line.
Big skip.
Yeah, that's pretty much perfect. It's so hard to swing all the way back to the basket. You almost need a little bit of right to left, and right now we have a left to right. So that's about as good as you can get
If
for
this
that.
misses the tree, no.
Oh,
Don't
man.
roll. Don't roll. Oh.
Oh.
Well, that won't roll.
Well, you don't know. It could fall.
No 2 meters here. Simon for birdie.
Mm.
Pretty close look at it. But he's in position to lose more strokes.
Wow. And Drew, not quite putting on a putting clinic in terms of making those 35 footers, but that is so hard in this wind.
It is.
I mean, that's what makes these conditions so difficult. Those 35 footers are the hardest in these conditions.
Great putt from Ricky to take the birdie. He's clawing his way back into this thing.
And Drew with a nice stroke there for his par. We'll have 3 pars and a birdie on hole 15. And we'll be moving on to the treacherous island hole. Be interesting to see how these players play one of the hardest holes in the course in these windy conditions.
Here it is, hole 16, par 3, 365 feet. Easily the signature hole of Emporia, of the Glassblown Open.
Disc golf.
Beautiful shot. Got the new barrier in the back to help control some of that speed. A kind of a nice little add, player friendly, help the score a little bit easier. We're gonna see probably some forehands, some straight backhands, and maybe Simon, you think he can go that big hyzer again, even with the wind?
It's so hard to say. And
Whoa, layup.
even Ricky trailing by 3 strokes decides to lay up here. It's just not really worth it. And something I'd like to see on this hole, you see that bench on the green?
Mm-hmm.
I'd really like to see an elderly couple sitting there.
Okay, I can totally understand that.
I don't know, it just suits the eye.
I saw a splash, but I don't see a graphic. Oh,
Are
and it
you
is
serious?
that is out of bounds
Wow.
by the narrowest of margins.
Yeah, I'm sure the group is going to have to get up there and make sure that call is confirmed. But wow, that is...
Drew's coming in fast, but he does have that wall,
Yep.
and it makes the difference for him.
Perfect shot there from Drew. Yeah,
And Simon is going huge hyzer again.
that has got to get left. That is too overstable, I think.
You are correct. Short.
So it wasn't necessarily the left that he needed. He just needed more distance.
I'm not sure if it clipped a tree or if it just was a little too high.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Ricky makes easy work of it. Gonna take a 3. Eagle from the drop zone. And Simon as well.
And he's running at it. Oh, wow.
Hey,
Awesome.
100 feet away over the water to save par.
Oh, my goodness. Just beautiful. These guys are putting some highlights out there right now. This is great.
Wow.
He says, hi, Mom, I think. I'm just saying, that bench right there is asking for
Yeah,
an elderly
you're
couple
totally
to
right, man.
read the
Some
newspaper,
retirees.
eating the ham sandwich.
Definitely. That would add to the aesthetic of the hole. Maybe get some volunteers out there to fill that niche. Hole 17, par 4, 530. It's actually more like 630. This one has OB on both sides. You got to go for as much as you're comfortable with up the middle and then try to make your play for the green. But there is a lot of out of bounds to deal with.
I'm surprised looking at these stats here, seeing that this is the 4th easiest hole in the course, averaging below par.
That surprises me as well.
Yeah, this is a really difficult
Then
hole.
again, if people are throwing this kind of shot, like if people
goodness.
Now that I realize that humans can do that,
Oh.
I start to think the hole is actually pretty easy because he's like 180 feet away.
Oh my gosh, that was an absolute rocket.
Yeah, I would not have thought that possible.
And Ricky decides that gravity isn't real. And somehow slides in thick grass 100 feet after it hit the ground.
Simon.
No, come on, man. Get up on out of here with that mess. What are you doing? Oh, it's faded out of bounds. But man, I mean, the cojones to try that. What?
Did we miss Eagle's drive?
I think we may have.
I guess it must have been good.
Well,
if we haven't seen him upshot yet.
That's pretty good.
It must have been great. If we're seeing Rick.
Yeah.
If we see Drew next, then it's a real shame we missed Eagles. Okay, good.
All right.
It must have been a great shot right up the middle, making easy work of it with just a putter.
I can see why this hole maybe could possibly average below par.
Yeah.
I mean, not by much. It's 3.99, but still.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
sure.
a hole 10 averaged harder.
Ooh, catches a little bit of a branch, but he's got the power to fight through it.
Yeah, I mean, when you throw it pin high on a 600-foot hole,
yeah,
through a tight uphill tunnel,
yeah,
you're rewarded with not having to throw the world's greatest approach shot to get your birdie still.
Yeah.
And there's a really nice birdie there. I mean, all the work done off the tee. That's hard to really express how far that is.
Yeah. Other than to say that
that's really far.
Everyone that can do it in the world is on this video, pretty much.
Yeah, and they didn't.
Yeah, and only one of them did. Hole 18, par 4, 858 feet. The hardest hole on the course because it goes super long over the OB carry and then way uphill, obstructed by many species of trees.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to watch out for all the different species. Some of them have like snakes and barracudas.
Yeah.
The barracuda tree is common in this part of the country.
For sure. Landlocked barracuda, dangerous, dangerous fish.
Very antsy, wants to get back into the water.
Why is it that high?
Because it can. I mean, and it still turns. If it still turns, then throw it as high as possible.
This is crazy.
Yeah. 5'9", folks. 5'9". And Ricky going with a little bit more traditional human height play.
Still huge.
Yeah, big shot. But that drifting out towards the left, towards the cart path, does really increase the distance to the basket. So you'd like to get something up here that's going to hold a turn. Eagle showing what the tee shot should look like. That's really just so good.
It's 325 to clear the water.
Mm-hmm. And we're talking about 200 feet past the water, probably.
Yeah, uphill.
And Simon, if that stays up, it just keeps drifting right. Never really got that flat.
Cruises past Drew's, though.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Drew's was impressive, but
unbelievable distance from these guys.
Simon had that more ideal height. Oh, Ricky's heading right to the Sequoia.
Catches the top. That's tough.
Fights through the the limbs there and is going to have to settle for par at best, most likely.
And Drew just able to go spike.
And with the birdie in the last hole, or two, actually it was on the island hole. Drew took a one-stroke lead, and I kind of missed that, but wow. And this thing is at almost 12 o'clock spike hyzer angle.
Eagle going sidearm to the pin.
Very interesting. This hillside slopes away. Eagle going for the sidearm skip. Didn't see where that landed. That sidearm is pretty scary. I mean, you can see the slope there. It is just taking you right down the hill towards OB.
Mm-hmm.
Simon lays up. Drew's left with about 40-something feet for his birdie.
Oh,
just
man.
off the left. I mean, if Drew had been putting on fire,
Yeah.
if he made all of his 35 to 40 footers, he'd have a 3-stroke lead right now, maybe 4 strokes over Eagle with a great birdie in the last hole.
The tie for the lead.
Yep. 17 under, and that was a number that Simon was at earlier in the round.
Yeah.
Some struggles down the back stretch of this course.
Simon taps in par. Drew does the same.
And through 2 rounds, we've got 2 players at 14, 2 at 17.
What a round, man. That was a show.
And what an incredible throw-in from Eagle and a great par save on the island hole. And it looks like we're going to have the same exact lead card for the last round.
Thanks to Simon making it from that drop zone and keeping old Nate off the lead card.
Wow, it's Nate with a little bit of work yesterday, huh?
Tried my best, man. Gonna get out there, give it another shot today. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back with final round coverage from Emporia Country Club.